making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. May, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, Jay. Actually, something funny happened to me this morning, and it's perfect for today's topic.
Oh, yeah? What happened?
So, I was texting my friend, and I wrote, "I have few time. Let's talk later." And she replied, "Are you okay? That sounds serious."
Wait, why did she think something was wrong?
Because few time sounds like I'm stressed and almost out of time, but I just meant I was a little busy. One tiny word changes everything.
Oh, wow. So today we're talking about few, a few, little, a little?
Exactly. These four little words confuse so many English learners, and honestly, even some fluent speakers mix them up sometimes.
Okay, I'm already nervous. This feels like a trap.
Don't worry, by the end of today, you're going to feel really confident about these. I promise it's simpler than it looks.
All right, May, but before we jump in, should we tell our listeners something?
Oh, yes. If this podcast helps you learn English more naturally, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We drop a new episode every single day.
Every day. So hit that like button, share this with a friend who's learning English, and let's keep this community growing. Okay, May, I'm ready. Let's go.
Perfect. So here's the big picture first. Few and a few are for things you can count, like apples, friends, books, days.
Okay, countable things. Got it.
And little and a little are for things you cannot count, like water, time, money, sugar.
You mean like you can count apples, but you can't count waters.
Exactly right. You can say 3 apples, but you can't say 3 waters, right?
Right, that makes sense. So the count versus no count rule separates the two groups.
Yes. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Inside each group, there's a positive one and a negative one.
Wait, positive and negative? You mean like feelings?
Kind of. Think of it like a glass of water. A little means the glass has some water. Not full, but enough. You feel okay about it.
Okay, so a little is like hopeful?
Yes, but little without the A means the glass is almost empty. You're worried. You feel like it's not enough.
Oh, so the A makes it positive.
Exactly. The A is like a tiny ray of sunshine. It changes the whole mood of the sentence.
That's such a cool way to explain it. Okay, so what about a few and few?
Same idea. A few means you have some, maybe 3, 4, 5 friends coming to your party. That's enough. You're happy.
And few?
Few means almost none, like you invited 20 people and only 2 showed up. You feel disappointed.
Oh no, that's sad. That's happened to me before, actually.
Oh, Jay, see, that's few friends came to the party. It sounds lonely.
Yeah, few friends came. I feel that. Okay, so let me try to say this back. A few and a little are positive, some, enough. Few and little are negative, almost nothing.
You got it. That's the heart of the whole lesson right there.
Wait, that's it? It feels too easy.
Well, the concept is simple, but using it naturally in real life, that takes a little practice.
Oh, you just used it. A little practice, so that means some practice, enough practice.
Yes, you're already thinking like a native speaker.
I surprised myself there.
Okay, let's slow down and look at some real examples. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and your friend asks, "Do you have money for coffee?"
Okay, I'm imagining it. What do I say?
If you say, I have a little money, it means, yes, I have some. Not a lot, but enough. Let's get coffee.
That sounds friendly and relaxed.
But if you say, I have little money, it means, uh-oh, I'm almost broke. Don't ask me to pay.
Oh, wow. The A really saves the situation.
It really does. One tiny word and the whole meaning flips.
Okay, what about few and a few? Can you give me a coffee shop example too?
Sure. Imagine you're waiting for your friends to arrive. A few friends are coming, so maybe 3 or 4. The table is ready, you're excited.
Nice. That sounds fun.
But few friends are coming, almost nobody is showing up. You're sitting there alone, a little sad.
Yeah, that's a different energy for sure.
This is where things get really interesting, Jay. These words don't just give information, they carry emotion.
You mean like the same facts but different feelings?
Exactly. She has a few dollars. Okay, she can manage. She has few dollars. She's struggling.
Wow, it's almost like the grammar is doing the storytelling.
I love that. Yes, the grammar is telling a story. Native speakers feel this automatically. They don't think about it, they just feel the difference.
And that's what we want, to feel it, not just memorize it.
Right. So let's practice feeling it together. I'll say 2 sentences and you tell me which one sounds more positive.
Okay, I'm ready.
Number 1, I have a little time before the meeting. Number 2, I have little time before the meeting.
Number 1 sounds relaxed. Number 2 sounds like you're running and panicking.
Perfect. You nailed it. A little time, I'm okay. I can chat. Little time, I'm stressed. Don't stop me in the hallway.
Okay. Can we talk about when people get confused, like common mistakes?
Oh, yes, this is good. One of the most common mistakes is using few with uncountable nouns, like saying few water or few money.
Oh, because water and money can't be counted.
Exactly. You can't say 3 waters or 5 monies, right? So you can't use few with them. You need little or a little.
So it's always few and a few for countable, little and a little for uncountable?
Always. No exceptions. That rule never changes.
Okay, that's actually really reassuring. Wait, here's the interesting part. Can these words go anywhere in a sentence?
Great question. They usually come right before the noun they're describing. I have a few apples. She needs a little help.
You mean like right in front?
Yes, a few or a little or few or little, then the noun right after.
Got it. So not at the end, not in the middle somewhere random.
Right. And sometimes they can stand alone if the noun is already understood. Like, how much coffee do you want? Just a little.
Oh, you don't need to say a little coffee again because everyone already knows you're talking about coffee.
Exactly. Context does the work. That's very natural spoken English.
Okay, May, I want to try something. Can I make some sentences and you tell me if they're right?
Yes, go for it, Jay.
Okay, I have a few homework to do tonight.
Ooh, close. But homework is uncountable. You can't count homeworks.
Oh, right. So it should be a little homework.
Perfect. I have a little homework to do tonight. That sounds completely natural.
Okay, next one. There are few students in the class today.
That's correct. And it sounds a little sad, like most people are absent.
Yeah, like where did everyone go? Okay, one more. She has little friends at school.
Friends is countable, so you need few, not little. She has few friends at school.
Oh, little friends sounds weird, right?
It does sound a bit strange, yes. Few friends is the natural one.
Okay, I think I'm starting to really feel the difference now.
You're doing so well. Now, here's a fun one. Let's talk about how these words show up in everyday conversations, not just grammar exercises.
Yeah, like real life situations.
Imagine you're cooking. Your recipe needs sugar, and you check the jar. You can say, "There's a little sugar left. Enough for this recipe." You feel relieved.
Okay, I'm calm, I can still cook.
But if there's almost nothing in the jar, you say, "There's little sugar left." And suddenly, stress, panic, recipe emergency.
Recipe emergency. I've been there. You open the jar and it's basically empty.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? You could call your neighbor and say, "Hey, do you have a little sugar I can borrow?"
And that a little makes it feel like a small, polite request.
Yes, it sounds gentle and friendly. A little is actually very useful in polite requests.
Oh, wow. So it's not just grammar, it's social too.
Everything in language is social, Jay. The way you say things changes how people feel around you.
That's kind of deep for a sugar example.
I find wisdom in kitchens.
Okay, what about a few in everyday life, like outside of textbook sentences?
Oh, tons of examples. Give me a few minutes. I have a few things to tell you. Let's stop at a few shops.
Those all sound so natural, like something a friend would actually say.
Because they are. These phrases are everywhere in native English conversation. Once you notice them, you'll hear them all the time.
You won't believe what happened to me. I heard this at a cafe last week. Someone said, "Just a few more minutes," and I thought, oh, that's the grammar we're studying.
Yes, that's when you know learning is working, when you hear it in real life and it clicks.
Okay, May, let me ask something. What about only a few and only a little? I hear that sometimes.
Oh, great ear. Only just makes it even smaller. Only a few people came. Not many at all. Only a little time left. You're really rushing now.
So only adds more urgency or limitation?
Exactly. It emphasizes the smallness. It's like zooming in on how little there is.
What about quite a few? I've heard that too and confused me.
Oh, this one is interesting. Quite a few actually means a surprising amount, more than you expected.
Wait, so quite a few is actually a lot?
More than a few, yes. Like if you say, "Quite a few people showed up to my party," you're actually happy. More came than expected.
So quite a few is the opposite feeling of few.
Yes, few people came, sad, lonely. Quite a few people came, surprised and happy.
English is wild sometimes.
It really is. But this is why listening to natural English every day is so important. You start to feel these shifts without even thinking.
Like how you feel when someone's voice goes up versus down, even without knowing the grammar rule.
Exactly that. Okay, let's do a quick review before we close. Are you ready?
Ready.
Few and a few for...
Countable things like friends, apples, minutes.
And little and a little for...
Uncountable things like water, money, time, sugar.
And the difference between few and a few?
A few is positive, some, enough, okay feeling. Few is negative, almost none, not enough, sad or worried.
And little versus a little?
Same. A little, some, hopeful. Little, almost nothing, stressed.
Jay, I'm actually impressed. You really got it today.
I think the glass of water example really helped me, and the coffee shop one.
Real-life examples always land better than textbook rules. That's why we do this.
Okay, so listeners, if you're at home right now, try to make your own sentences. Think about your day. I have a little energy left. Or maybe I have few problems today. Wait, that's a good thing.
See? Few problems actually sounds positive in that context because fewer problems is better.
Oh, so context really matters too.
Always. Language lives in context, not in textbooks.
May, one last thing. Do you have any quick tips, like things to remember when you're not sure which one to use?
Yes, 3 quick tips. First, ask yourself, can I count it? If yes, use few or a few. If no, use little or a little.
Simple. What's the second one?
Second, add the A when you want to sound positive or hopeful. Remove the A when the feeling is negative or worrying.
And the third?
Third, listen to native English every day. Podcasts, videos, movies. Your ears will start to know which one feels right before your brain even thinks about it.
And what better way to do that than listening to Speak English with Jay and May every day?
Shameless plug, Jay.
Hey, it's true though.
It is true. We hope you enjoy this session. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this episode with someone who needs it. A few friends, maybe.
Yes, share it with a few friends, not few friends, because that sounds lonely.
Perfect example to end on. Okay, English learners, before we go, we want to hear from you.
Yes, here's your question for today. Can you make a sentence using a little or a few about your day? Tell us in the comments.
Something like, I drank a little coffee this morning, or I have a few tasks to finish today. Simple, real, yours.
We read every comment, so drop it down below. We'd love to see what you come up with.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You're doing amazing, and every day you listen, you get a little better.
A little better every day adds up to a lot. Keep going, everyone.
See you tomorrow on Speak English with Jay and May. Bye.
Bye, everyone.